Just a wrap up of our council meeting for the City of Grand Rapids for Monday, June 22nd, 2020. We had one proclamation that we read this evening, and it fits in with our Grow Grand Rapids 2040 comp plan, but it also touches base around the work that we've been doing over the last few years with making Grand Rapids a more welcoming community, not only for those that live in Grand Rapids and around Grand Rapids, but students coming in as we recognize the importance of being open and welcoming to any and everyone who has an opportunity to come through this community. So under public forum this evening, we did have a comment from the Millers at 502 Hale Lake Point. They're looking at one time we had closed off that road because of safety concerns, and then we opened up a portion of that road to one-way traffic, and it seems as though the signage is not sufficient right now to stop people from going the wrong way down that one way. We're having anywhere from 3 to 5 incidents a week where people are going the wrong direction. So we're going to continue to look at more signage further up to try and get them detoured down a different street in order to accommodate the one-way traffic coming up, and or we will look into the possibility as recommended by the Millers that there is an opportunity to maybe put a gate that's activated so that you can only get through that gate going the way the desired traffic. Just a few things to touch on the consent agenda. We applied for and are through the police department towards some zero deaths grants from the Minnesota Department of Public Safety. We amended our interlocal agreement for the provision of building code enforcement, and we will be doing inspections for the city of La Prairie going forward. We also looked at adopting a resolution waiving the contingency and the purchase of and payment for some real property with the Voron 108 Property LLC. We approved a grant amendment request for the extension of the Small Cities Development Program grants in the city of Grand Rapids. That's been a great program where businesses have been able to go out there and apply through the deed and the state of Minnesota to get some financial aid for their businesses. Then we awarded a contract for engineering services pertaining to the Grand Rapids Cohasset Industrial Redevelopment Sanitary Sewer and Water Extensions to SEH for phases 1 and 2. Then we also authorized the police department to sell some handguns and some long guns to an authorized federal dealer. We had a public hearing as well this evening to amend section 30-628, chapter 30 of the land development regulations. And what that does is it looks at the parking spaces required for businesses in Grand Rapids, and we are easing up those parking space restrictions to be more in line with cities of similar size to Grand Rapids across Minnesota. So it will actually require less spaces, which is a good position to be in from the standpoint of being friendly to businesses as they're going based on space concerns, fitting parking spots in if there is not a need for them. It makes sense to reduce those numbers so that it's more accommodating to businesses going out there. With no other business before the council, we adjourned, and we look forward to, I believe it's going to be 3 weeks. We have an extra Monday at the end of this month, and then we will be meeting the second Monday of July. So once again, I encourage you to take care, get out there, enjoy the summer weather. Once again, to also be careful. We've got a lot of kids that are pretty antsy. They've been off for quite some time from the schools and stuff, so kids around town may have gotten in the habit of not being as observant as they should be when biking and stuff and using the streets. So please, if you're out there and you're driving around, take that precautionary steps to ensure that you are taking the precautions needed to avoid an accident involving kids or bikes in the city of Grand Rapids. So thanks and have a nice evening, and we look forward to visiting with you again 3 weeks from tonight.